Chapter 1. Jennifer shook back her long, dark hair, damp from the summer's heat. Wish we were home, she snapped so suddenly she startled her younger brother Jeff, who was sitting on the steps of the front porch. It's so boring. I miss the city. I miss my friends. I wish we were home. Stop wishing, Jeff grumbled. We haven't got home. He squinted and slowly aimed and preparing to throw a pebble along the gravel path that led to the front porch of Grandma Briley's house to the road. Just as he let it fly, Jennifer deliberately nudged his shoulder, causing the pebble to flop onto the grass. Hey, Jeff shouted, cut that out. Don't say dumb stuff like that. We do too have a home. At least we will when Dad gets through with his overseas assignment. You know what I mean, Jeff said. He quickly aimed and threw another pebble before Jennifer could interfere. I miss Dad, Jennifer said. I miss Mom too, Jeff said. Mom, how can you miss Mom? She's right here. No, she's not. She's upstairs working away on that novel that never gets finished. It's not her fault. She keeps getting interrupted. Anyhow, that was the whole point of our spending the summer here in Missouri, so Mom could concentrate on writing and we could get to know Grandma better. Grandma's almost as busy as Mom, Jeff complained. In the morning she goes jogging, in the afternoon she's working at the Historical Society, at night she goes to city council meetings. Jennifer nodded, and here we are, stuck out in the middle of no place with nothing to do. She heard a chuckle behind them and a click as the screen door opened. Out in the middle of no place, Grandma said as she squeezed onto the top step between them. Well, I'll grant that Missouri doesn't have the excitement to offer that Washington, D.C. has, but you can hardly call it no place. Jennifer felt her face grow warmer. She pushed at the hair that clung damply to her cheeks and stammered, I didn't mean, that is, it's different in Missouri, and Grandma tilted her head and studied Jennifer. You know, you'd be a lot cooler with that lovely long hair off your neck. She got up, tugging on her shorts, and held out a hand to help Jennifer up. Come with me, both of you. I've got something to show you that ought to relieve your boredom. As soon as they reached their grandmother's bedroom, she pointed to the bed. First, we'll take care of that long hair. Have a seat, Jennifer. Just give me a minute. You'll see what I mean. Jennifer stared at Grandma's own short-cropped curls and opened her mouth to protest. You're not going to, she began, but she relaxed with a grateful sigh when Grandma simply picked up the silver-blacked hairbrush. The rhythmic strokes of the brush were soothing, and soon Jennifer's hair was swirled over her grandmother's left hand. Jeff, Grandma said, will you please hand me a few bobby pins from that box in my dresser? There ought to be a few of them in there. Bobby pins, Jennifer gasped. No one used bobby pins. What in the world was she going to look like? Her grandmother poked and patted Jennifer's hair, and finally she said, stand up and look in the mirror, Jennifer. My, I've got a beautiful granddaughter. Jennifer stared at the face in the wood-framed mirror that hung over Grandma's dresser. Her hair was parted in the middle and caught in a bun low on her neck. She looked older than 15. It wasn't so bad, kind of old-fashioned, but actually pretty nice. Lightly touching her hair, she sneaked another look, and then met her grandmother's friendly grin. Thanks, Jennifer said. Now, Grandma said, wait till you see this. She bent to reach into the low cedar chest that stood in the corner of the room and took out a book covered with faded blue fabric. She opened it carefully and removed a sepia-toned photograph. Without a word, she handed it to Jennifer. Jennifer felt prickles dart up her backbone as her eyes met with the slender, dark-haired girl in the photograph. Who is this girl? Jennifer asked. She looks like me. The young woman was my grandmother's mother, Grandma explained. When she was your age, her name was Frances Mary Kelly. Jennifer studied the photograph. How old is she here? About 18, I would guess. You know anything about her? When Frances was 13-year-old, about your age, Jeff, she was an orphan train child sent from New York City to St. Joseph, Missouri, Grandma said. That was 1860, just before the beginning of the Civil War. Jeff took another look at the photograph. What's an orphan train child? I believe I'll let Frances Mary tell you, his grandmother said. She held out a book to Jeff. Frances Mary wrote about her life and the lives of her brothers and sisters and friends. If you think Missouri is a dull place, wait until you hear these stories. They're full of bandits and runaways and battles and all sorts of excitement. Why, one time Frances was almost arrested. Jeff eagerly opened the book, allowing Jennifer to bend close to him. It's hard to read this, he said finally. The writing looks like little spider tracks, and in places the ink's faded. Jennifer peered intently, surprised at her disappointment. I can't read it either. Never mind, Grandma said. I've read these stories over and over. I'll be glad to tell them to you. Let's find a comfortable place on the screened porch where the breeze will cool us, and I'll tell you about Frances Mary Kelly, your own great-great-great-grandmother. Jennifer and Jeff followed their grandmother onto the shaded, breezy room with the wide-open windows. Jeff plopped on the floor, and Jennifer, remembering the graceful girl in the photograph, sank slowly into the plump-cushioned wicker chair. Even this journal has a story itself, Grandma said, so I'll read some of Frances Mary's own words. Early this morning, as the sun rose on the anniversary of my birthday, my dearest love gifted me with 2 silver-edged combs and this book bound in blue. He gently took the hairbrush from my hand and wound my dark hair around his fingers. The combs are to capture the silken hair of yours, Frances Mary, he said, and the journal is to capture all the stories you carry in your heart. But I've told you the stories, I said. You've told me, yes, but there'll be others who want to hear them. I held the book on my lap, sliding the tips of my fingers into its soft, smooth cover. I'm not sure where to begin. Begin with your family, he said. Begin when you were very young in New York. Begin with your own story.